Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of North Carolina at Asheville. It is my honor and my pleasure to preside over the installation ceremony of James H. Mullen, Jr. as Chancellor of this unique institution among the 16 campuses of the University of North Carolina. I now ask Reverend Francis Cancro, pastor of St. Eugene Catholic Church, to lead us in invocation.
We call upon all that is holy to witness what we gather to celebrate today. And we pray that the Almighty's gift of wisdom, spoken through the ages, breath and life, will touch us, will inspire us, and will motivate us to love knowledge and to seek wisdom in all that we do. We rely upon all that has been revealed as sacred in our human history to bless us and the leadership of this university in what we undertake today. And we pray that Providence will enliven the hearts of administrators and faculty, staff and students, and all who work with and for this institution, so that what is learned here, what is shared here, and what is brought to birth here will affect the lives of many people in many places for many generations to come. As we fix our gaze on the mountains, and as we recognize from where it is that our help comes, we give thanks for the lives of those who are willing to commit themselves to the prospect of learning, to the pursuit of knowledge, and to the companionship with others that is the foundation and commitment of scholarship. So bless Dr. Mullen as he formally accepts his responsibility as Chancellor. Bless all the actions of administrators and staff, as well as the commitment of faculty members here. Bless the students who, together with these in this place, form a community of learners and servant leaders. And bless us all with the knowledge that you sustain us, you inspire us, you motivate us, you call us into being, and you challenge us to bring our gifts to the world. Hear our prayer. Grant our blessing. Amen. Amen. It is so.
The installation of James H. Mullen Jr. as the 5th Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville is an occasion for celebration and for affirmation. We celebrate the university's heritage and affirm its distinctiveness of purpose. We recognize those who share in the accomplishments. UNCA is part of a vibrant tapestry of institutions, individuals, and traditions, and they are all represented here today in the pageantry and in the color of this ceremony. On behalf of our hosts, the students, faculty, staff, administration, and trustees of the University of North Carolina at Asheville, I am pleased to welcome guests from many communities on which UNCA and of which UNCA is a part. Will the chancellors, the vice presidents and officers in the office of the president, and representatives of the constituent universities and constituent institutions of the University of North Carolina please stand and remain standing? May I now ask to join them the presidents and the representatives of other colleges and universities in the state of North Carolina? And will the presidents and representatives of institutions of higher education throughout the United States please join them in standing? Will the representatives of learned societies and international institutions please join them in standing? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the representatives of the community of learning in North Carolina and the nation. As a public institution, UNCA serves its city, its region, and its state. At this time, I would like to recognize elected officials of North Carolina and this community who are with us today. Will the members of the Asheville City Council and the members of the Buncombe County Board of Commissioners please stand and remain standing? As I ask the members of the Council of State and the General Assembly of the state of North Carolina to join them standing. Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court, the Honorable Henry Fry. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the representatives of the city, the county, and the state of North Carolina. Thank you. Here with me today on the terrace of the D. Hyden Ramsey Library are many of the people who are responsible for the well-being of this university. Will you please stand and remain standing as I recognize each of you? The members of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina. The members of the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Asheville. One of Chancellor Mullen's predecessors, Dr. David Brown II, Chancellor of UNCA. The President of the UNCA Alumni Association. The Vice Chancellors of the University of North Carolina at Asheville. The faculty, staff, and administration of UNCA. Will you all please rise and let us recognize you as the dedicated servants of the University of North Carolina and of UNC Asheville. The University of North Carolina at Asheville brings to this campus students of outstanding academic potential. All students, no matter what their fields of study, share in a rigorous curriculum spanning the humanities, the natural sciences, the social sciences, and the arts. The shared experience challenges them to think critically, it guides them to express their ideas with clarity, and it encourages them to develop their own values with respect for all individuals. What better foundation for learning throughout life and for citizenship in our complex world? Will all of the UNCA students and alumni who are here with us today please stand so that we can recognize your part in this marvelous educational enterprise. Please be seated. Chancellor Mullen, all of us who support this university, who serve and are served by it, wish you the very greatest success as you help lead UNCA in this new millennium. I am delighted to welcome representatives of the community of service, each of whom in turn will bring greetings this day of celebration and affirmation for you and for the entire university. In order, Mr. Ryan Southern on behalf of the students, Mr. Kevin Frazier on behalf of the alumni, Ms. Marilyn Lannon on behalf of the staff, Dr. Peter Caulfield on behalf of the faculty, President K. Ray Bailey on behalf of the institutions of higher education, the Honorable Lenny Sitnick for the City of Asheville, Mr. Rob Cranford for the Board of Trustees, Chairman Benjamin S. Ruffin for the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, and Mr. Wayne McDivitt for the people of North Carolina.
Good afternoon. Thank you, President Broad. My name is Ryan Southern, and I'm the president of the Student Government Association here at UNC Asheville. And I would again like to extend a very warm welcome to students, faculty and staff, Board of Trustees, Board of Governors, and all of those who have come today to join in this wonderful, wonderful occasion for Chancellor Mullen. I would first like to say that this is not only Chancellor Mullen's installation, but as President Broad said, it is a celebration of his formal inauguration into the university, and also a celebration in the life of our university as a whole. And when I think of Chancellor James Mullen, if I could use one word to describe him, it's definitely amazing. Amazing in the broadest sense of the term. It is amazing in what he has accomplished in only the short time he has been here, and it is amazing in the things that he is trying to accomplish for the years to come for our great university. In only a short amount of time, like I said, he has shifted this campus community atmosphere to one that is very uplifting, one that is extremely positive, and one that is very active, not only on the campus level, but for the community level as a whole. And that is something here at UNC Asheville that we're striving to do great things with. But most importantly, I believe Chancellor Mullen has instilled what I would like to call a spirit of excellence in UNC Asheville. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the faculty, staff, the students here on campus are doing things for the university not because Chancellor Mullen has issued an executive order or because it's part of our rules and regulations, our policies, but because they love this university, because they believe in it, because they believe, like he has instilled in us, that we are the best liberal arts institution in the country. And I wanted to thank him for his constant renewing of that feeling for the UNC Asheville campus, and it is instilled in each and every one of us, and I believe we can feel it. But with all of this, one thing I would like to commend Chancellor Mullen on is the fact that he doesn't forget the heart of the university. And by that, I mean the students. It's very common that you will see him eating lunch in the university dining hall, or inviting students to come over to his house just to hang out, or if it's just a random conversation on the university quad, he's always looking for opportunities to serve, opportunities where he can help benefit students. And I think that is one of his most admirable qualities, and one that is very rare in someone in his type of position to give that kind of attention to. And by that, I would consider him the greatest servant on this campus, with not only his leadership skills, entrusting him to lead our university into great things, but his emphasis on servitude towards the faculty and staff, towards the students as a whole, make him the great man that he is. And for that, Chancellor Mullen, I would like to say on behalf of all the students at UNC Asheville, we love you, we respect you, and on this, especially today, we honor you and we celebrate you on your formal inauguration to the university. And also, we would like to thank you for all the things that you have done for us and all the things that you will continue to do for us. And I know that I'm not speaking alone when I say that we look forward to it a great deal for the things that you will be able to do for not only UNC Asheville, the campus community, and the entire state as a whole. Thank you, Chancellor Mullen.
Good afternoon. 35 years ago, almost to the day, our first chancellor, Chancellor William Highsmith, stood atop these steps as he officiated over the opening of this library and its dedication to D. Hyden Ramsey. Ramsey, age 74, was present, but spoke only briefly. Some were surprised that the well-respected orator didn't speak longer, but he was still somewhat overwhelmed that the college had chosen to name its library, its most important building, in his honor. This library was in fact the very first building to be named on the campus, and it was not by happenstance that Chancellor Highsmith and the Board of Trustees had chosen to honor Ramsey, a man who epitomized the kind of dedication to community and education upon which this institution was founded in 1927. A newspaperman by trade, Ramsey was a strong civic leader who believed that education was the key to Asheville's and North Carolina's future. One of the early supporters of Asheville Biltmore College, Ramsey had been instrumental in finding the campus a new home in the 1940s when it looked as if the college would have to close its doors. In the 1950s, in recognition of his strong commitment to education, Ramsey was tapped by Governor Moore to serve as the first chairman of the State Board of Education. In this role, Ramsey became one of the key leaders in convincing the General Assembly to expand significantly its support of higher education in North Carolina, and was able to secure for the first time state funding for Asheville Biltmore College. The Community Colleges Act of 1957, which Ramsey helped pen, not only put North Carolina on the path to creating its outstanding community college and university systems, but also increased local interest in higher education in Asheville, such that the citizens of Asheville voted overwhelmingly in favor of a bond referendum that led to the creation of the campus where we are today. Yes, when Bill Highsmith and the members of the college's Board of Trustees decided to name the library after D. Hyden Ramsey, they did so to recognize a man of vision who understood how important education is to a community and a community to education. I evoke the memory of this great figure in our university's history on this special day because when I see the work of Jim Mullen, the work that he is doing for UNC Asheville, I see in him the vision, the clarity of purpose, and the dedication to community which mark the leaders of our past. Like these men and women, our founders, Jim Mullen strives to create in Asheville an institution of national repute of which this city and this state can be eminently proud. For the students of this campus, Jim Mullen is a teacher and a mentor who genuinely cares about their well-being. For the faculty and staff, he is a colleague and friend who works hard to support their efforts to provide students a superior liberal arts education. For the alumni, he is a chancellor who strives to take our alma mater to new heights. And for the members of this community, Jim Mullen is a leader who understands that this university will not survive without their support. Jim, on behalf of the some 10,000 alumni of UNC Asheville, I bid you welcome and offer to you our support in your efforts to continue to make the University of North Carolina at Asheville a national leader in liberal arts education. Like D. Hyden Ramsey, who himself chose the words to our motto, Leo Oculos Meos and Montes. With you, we will continue to lift our eyes unto the hills as we fulfill the vision of this great university together.
On behalf of the staff at UNCA, I'd like to welcome you. I represent the usually invisible people, like the elves in the story of the elves and the shoemaker. Remember? The elves came out every night and made beautiful shoes because the shoemaker couldn't keep up with all the orders for shoes. Well, we're the elves. We handle emergencies and solve problems and balance the books and create experiences for students outside of class. We answer the phones and enter data and stuff envelopes and make sure that registration and graduation happen and all the things in between happen too. We mow the lawns and empty the trash. We sort the mail and soothe the frantic. We fix broken furniture and broken plumbing and broken computers. We do the invisible work which keeps the university running. And we're proud of what we do. We're proud of our university and its mission. We're proud of our students. And we're looking forward to working with Dr. Mullen to make UNCA a place where everyone's contributions are valued, where everyone feels that they're valued for what they bring to the university community, and where everyone feels important and rewarded and included and safe and comfortable. Again, welcome to this celebration. We hope that you're as hopeful and enthusiastic as we are about the future of UNCA. Thank you.
On behalf of the faculty, I would like to welcome all our distinguished guests, longtime friends of the university, and students who are here today to help celebrate the installation of Chancellor Mullen. This past year and a few months have taught us the wisdom of waiting that long to install a new chancellor. During that time, many UNCA faculty members have had the opportunity to get to know Chancellor Mullen. We have attended meetings with him, spoken with him informally at social gatherings, and gradually learned of his vision for our university. Through our work on various task forces and through the several initiatives he has launched, we have begun to see that vision take place. In addition, he has broadened faculty as well as other representation on the Chancellor's cabinet, clearly signaling his strong support for UNCA's long tradition of faculty governance. In those cabinet and other meetings, we have seen a Chancellor who not only has the vision for the university, but who has both the skills and the will to begin to execute that vision whenever and wherever the resources can be found to do so. Perhaps even more importantly, we have seen a Chancellor who understands what it means to be a liberal arts university. Cardinal Newman, in his idea of the university, said it best. He writes, "This process of training by which the intellect, instead of being sacrificed to some particular or accidental purpose, some specific trade or profession, is disciplined for its own sake and for its own highest culture, is called liberal education." Newman then concludes with this relevant comment, quote, "And to set forth the right standard and to train according to it and to help forward all students toward it according to their various capacities, this I conceive to be the business of a university." Over the past year, we have seen Chancellor Mullen try to set forth that right standard. Most recently, we heard him articulate in no uncertain terms, for example, that UNCA is not a place that will tolerate harassment of any of our students for whatever reason. We look forward to many more years of that kind of principled leadership with him, and we are therefore pleased to be part of this formal installation ceremony for a man we have already come to know and admire. Thank you.
Today is a distinct honor and a privilege to be asked to represent higher education today at the installation of James H. Mullen. Chancellor Mullen, on behalf of all of our colleagues here today, bring you warmest greetings and best wishes for a long and successful tenure at the helm of what we all regard as a stellar liberal arts university. Although his time in our state has been brief, Chancellor Mullen has developed strong relationships with his counterparts, particularly here in Western North Carolina. He has worked diligently to find new ways to bring community colleges and the university system closer together, not merely repeating the same tired rhetoric about partnerships, but choosing instead to actually form them. With my own institution, Asheville Buncombe Technical Community College, he moved quickly to establish a bridge agreement in humanities that makes it easier for our students to transfer to UNCA to complete their baccalaureate degrees. We are now in the process of examining additional ways to enhance the educational opportunities for students on both campuses. Chancellor Mullen also has worked closely with Chancellor Bardot and all the presidents of the Western Region community colleges on the higher education improvement bond package that will go before voters November the 7th. And I can tell you that he has been tireless in his efforts to improve educational opportunities for the citizens of our state and for our region. On a personal note, it's been a real pleasure for us to get to know Jim and Mary and to develop a wonderful friendship with the two of them. I know that Asheville and the region is and will continue to be a better place for their decision to come here. Both of them are extraordinary people and bring a boundless energy and enthusiasm to their new home. So Jim, it is with a tremendous sense of anticipation at the great things that I know that you will accomplish for both your university and our community, and I welcome you on behalf of all of my colleagues in higher education. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Chancellor, in your honor and as a celebration for this glorious day, I did try to wear the mortarboard, but alas, it would not stay, but I carry it with honor. I come to bring greetings from the community and to bring thanks, but I also come to give thanks for a most wonderful addition to the greater Asheville community. And that addition is Chancellor Mullen and his family. I would also like to give thanks to two of his mentors who are here today, to Governor Dukakis, and thank you for being here. You and Mrs. Dukakis honor us with your presence. And I also give thanks to my third grade classmate at Mercer Elementary School in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Dr. Evan Dobell, who is one of my new international heroes. And I thank them both for giving us the pleasure, the privilege, and the power of Jim Mullen. My three children went to this university, and it was wonderful way back then. It's even better today because of the man that he is. So I greet Chancellor Mullen and Mary and their children. I welcome them to our wonderful community of Asheville. And I have to say that I didn't have to do much to create any enthusiasm in infusing his efforts into this community. From day one and from the get-go, he was there for the community that surrounds this campus, in addition to what he is doing for the students and faculty at UNC Asheville. And so I thank you, Jim Mullen, for your amazing holistic approach to higher education. You really do get it. And I look forward to working with you in the future, because in the short time we've known each other, I have come to understand with glory and gratitude that Chancellor Mullen understands that it's not only about what you say, and it's not only about what you do, but it's mostly about how you make people feel. And he makes people feel real good. So thank you. I love you.
Chancellor Mullen, this is a great day. I bring you greetings and best wishes from the Board of Trustees. We welcome you, Mary, Frankie, and James to this community. What a wonderful family you are. We are so very happy that you have decided to join us and become part of our UNCA family. There can be no more important duty for a trustee board than to oversee a chancellor search. I can tell you unequivocally that this board was delighted with our search process and its outcome. And President Broad, we are especially grateful to you for your most astute selection. Chancellor, you have set lofty goals and have great aspirations for this institution. Your enthusiasm is infectious, and you have energized and inspired us all. We are eager to work with you to ensure that you are successful in all your efforts. UNCA is already highly regarded amongst its peers, but we are confident that under your leadership, we will grow to even greater prominence as the university all will aspire to emulate. Again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I wish you all the best for what I know will be a long and prosperous tenure as Chancellor of the University of North Carolina, Asheville.
On behalf of the Board of Governors for the University of North Carolina System, we're delighted to have this opportunity to come and help celebrate the installation of Chancellor Jim Mullins. I have to pause, though, and let you know that two of the outstanding members on our 32-member board sit on this podium today, and they hail from the great county of Buncombe. Jack Cecil is our vice chair, and Ed Broadwell is chair of our governance committee. Further, I would be remiss if I did not tell you that the former chair of our Board of Governors, who hails from Buncombe County, also loves this university, and he's here today in the audience, our friend Sam Neal, the former chair of the Board of Governors. Chancellor Mullins, as the Board of Governors, we want to thank you for accepting the charge as the fifth leader of this university. We want to thank you for coming to this beautiful state of North Carolina and these beautiful hills in Asheville. And as we come today, 8 of us strong, we come to salute you in accepting this challenge, but we ask that as you accept this challenge, that you never forget the charge to the students, that you never forget to charge these students to be good, better, best, and never let them rest until their good is their better and their better is their best. We also charge you today to speak to your faculty each and every day, and your staff, and all of the people who help to support this great university, to let them know in the words of Proverbs, he or she who learns teaches. But finally, Chancellor Mullins, we ask and we leave the charge with you today, as you have already picked up the mantle, to help us pass this bond on November the 7th so that we can bring $49 million to UNCA so that you can do what the great writer, the writer Wolf talked about. To every person a chance. To every person his or her goal and opportunity. So we congratulate you, and we leave these challenging words appropriately written by Charles Wesley. Chancellor Mullins, a charge to keep you have, and a God to glorify, an ever-dying soul to save, and to fit it for the sky. To serve the present age is your challenge to fulfill. Oh, may all God powers engage to do your master's will.
President Broad, President Southern and students, Chairman Ruffin, Chairman Cranford, Chief Justice Fry, Chairman Caulfield and distinguished faculty, platform guests, UNC Asheville and Asheville community, it is my very distinct pleasure to bring to you greetings from Governor Hunt and the state of North Carolina and all of her citizens. Chancellor Mullins, I bring you greetings and congratulations from the state that I can say without fear of contradiction and with total objectivity is the greatest among the 50. bring you greetings and congratulations from that part of this great state that I can say without fear of contradiction and with total objectivity is the best, Western North Carolina and these beautiful mountains. Even this university's motto that you see on the sill and a theme for today's occasion declares it. Levo oculos meos amatis. Dr. Thurman would have a fit with that. Lift up my eyes to the mountains. I will lift my eyes to the mountains, from whence cometh my strength. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great day in the life of this state. What a great day in the life of this region. What a great day in the life of this university. You have heard already several accomplishments from Chancellor Mullen's leadership here, and you've not seen anything yet. Yet there's another Latin phrase that I hope all of us will heed. Carpe diem. Seize this day. Mr. Chancellor, today you join formally the greatest university system in the nation. And I can say, without fear of contradiction and with total objectivity, you join the greatest of these 16 campuses. And my boss, Governor Hunt, would be disappointed if I didn't also say that it will be even greater if we do what we should do on November 7th as it relates to the votes. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today it was my very distinct pleasure on behalf of Governor Hunt to commission Chancellor Mullen a member of the Order of the Longleaf Pine. It is the highest honor that the governor gives a citizen in this state. Now it is my pleasure to present to this body assembled here today this proclamation. Whereas James H. Mullen, Jr., through his role as Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville, has demonstrated innovative leadership in fostering excellence in public liberal arts education in North Carolina. And whereas Chancellor Mullen is dedicated to forging community partnerships and creating a diverse and vital campus environment that calls students to lives of service and civic involvement. And whereas Chancellor Mullen is committed to realizing UNC Asheville's vision of becoming the first intergenerational campus in the nation, inviting all ages to come together in the enterprise of learning. And whereas Mary Sullivan Mullen has demonstrated herself as an advocate for the quality child care and champion of collaborative youth and family services in Western North Carolina, and whereas James and Mary Mullen have so clearly contributed to the spirit and life of Asheville and Western North Carolina, and whereas October 6, 2000 is the occasion of Chancellor Mullen's formal installation as the 5th Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville. Now, therefore, I, James B. Hunt, Jr., Governor of the State of North Carolina, do hereby proclaim October 6, 2000 as James H. and Mary Sullivan Mullen Day in North Carolina and commend this observance to all of our citizens. This has the great seal of the great state of North Carolina affixed with that Latin phrase, esse quam videri, to be rather than to seem, and it is signed this day by the Governor of the state, James B. Hunt, Jr. Chancellor, thank you, greetings, and congratulations.
Yes, this is a wonderful day in the life of the university. It is also a very special day in the life of the family of Jim and Mary Sullivan Mullen. You've heard many mentions of Mary Sullivan. May I have the honor of presenting her to you? Will you please stand, Mary? And other members of the family, Mary Sullivan, Chancellor Mullen's mother-in-law, Kathleen and Ursula Sullivan, Mary Mullen's sisters, and Mark Sullivan, Mary Mullen's brother. These are special moments in the life of this family. Also seated on the platform today and representing two of Chancellor Mullen's former academic institutions and two of his very longtime friends and mentors, I am pleased to introduce, and Lenny mentioned him already, Dr. Evan Nobel, who is president of Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, and also with us is Dr. Carol Cohen, the president of Middlesex Community College in Lowell, Massachusetts. Will both of you rise and let us express our thanks for your presence. We also have with us today a distinguished guest whom we are honored to have join us in this special celebration. Dr. Robert Pinsky is the 39th Poet Laureate of the United States. He teaches English and creative writing at Boston University. His publications include 5 volumes of poetry and a translation of Dante's Inferno. Jersey Rain is his new collection of poems, and it was published last year. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Pinsky.
Thank you very much. It's my honor and privilege to be asked to linger here, and I was here last night, and to read a poem, present something in the form of poetry to this celebration. I note with interest and appreciation that this occasion is a formality. James Mullen has been here, and I use the term formality with admiration and the opposite of deprecation. What is the meaning of the fact that we're wearing extremely peculiar garments, that we read formal proclamations, that we have music, in short, many forms to mark what I have learned in the last 12 hours or so is true, which is that James Mullen represents for this institution preserving a very distinguished and glorious past, and the ambition of reaching out further into the future and into the surrounding communities and to sister institutions. Formality, as in funny clothes and formal addresses, represents what endures, what lasts. We got these outfits from people who are no longer alive. We are preserving them so that people who are born in future decades and centuries will appreciate and have the benefit of what we embody for them. The poem I'm going to read to you is my English version of a poem by my friend, the distinguished Nobel Prize-winning poet Czesław Miłosz. Czesław Miłosz writes in Polish and spent the first part of his life in Poland. This means, since he's a man approaching his late 80s, this means that he lived under some of the most obnoxious political circumstances in the history of the race. He lived in occupied Poland, and he has told me that during the period of the Nazi occupation, the most timid person, the most frightened person, the person who might like to resist the regime but found it impossible because it was too risky, would carry somewhere in a pocket or somewhere a poem written in the Polish language. Poetry became very important during those years because it was a form whereby people could remind themselves of their past, and by doing that, of their optimism for the future. The poem is called Incantation, and since it's almost embarrassingly high-minded, I remind you that incantation is a formal thing you say, not necessarily to describe the world as you believe it is, but the world as it is potentially. It seems to me that the formal reciting of these words is appropriate as the youthful and properly ambitious leader is about to join the community in a formal way, community to which, as I say, I know he's already proved himself, in fact. I'll read to you Incantation by Czesław Miłosz. Human reason is beautiful and invincible. No bars, no barbed wire, no pulping of books, no sentence of banishment can prevail against it. It establishes the universal ideas in language and guides our hand so we write truth and justice with capital letters, lie and oppression with small. It puts what should be above things as they are. It is an enemy of despair and a friend of hope. It does not know Jew from Greek or slave from master, giving us the estate of the world to manage. It saves austere and transparent phrases from the filthy discord of tortured words. It says that everything is new under the sun, opens the congealed fist of the past. Beautiful and very young are philosophia and poetry, her ally in the service of the good. As late as yesterday, nature celebrated their birth. The news was brought to the mountains by a unicorn and an echo. Their friendship will be glorious. Their time has no limit. Their enemies have delivered themselves to destruction. I congratulate the community and the new leader on one another. Thank you.
Public higher education in this country was born in North Carolina. And for over 200 years, the state of North Carolina has recognized the importance of higher education for the aspirations of its citizens and for the well-being of our society. In that long history, the University of North Carolina has gained national prominence for the quality of its programs and for the bonds of loyalty that connect the people of this state to its university. Each of the 16 institutions of the University of North Carolina has its own mission, offering students a rich array of choices for learning. The unique mission of UNC at Asheville is to serve North Carolina's public liberal arts university. Chancellor Mullen, as I was standing on the grass earlier, gathering my thoughts and reflecting upon this important occasion, a member of the faculty of UNCA came up and introduced himself to me and said, "Do you know how truly wonderful this faculty is?" Now, this was not a freshly minted PhD. This was a seasoned faculty member. He's in his third year as a member of this faculty. And he said to me, the teaching of this faculty raises the bar to the highest level. And never have I seen the likes of the student-faculty interaction as it exists at UNCA. What high praise. The founders of UNCA were truly visionary when they created this public liberal arts university that now stands among the best that higher education has to offer anywhere. Only 162 of the more than 3,000 colleges and universities in our nation are national liberal arts institutions, and only 6 of them are public. Chancellor Mullen, today we look to you for the vision to carry this institution into the new millennium. It is your leadership and your understanding of the liberal arts mission that bring us to this moment in UNCA's history. Throughout your life and your career, you have proven your commitment to service and to learning, not just in rhetoric, but in how you have lived. Whether teaching in a classroom, building community partnerships, or instilling in your 2 young children the values that you hold dear, you have shown that true vision and true leadership come not just from speaking, but also from listening. As you formally take office today, it is fitting that you do so in the splendor of these surrounding mountains. yours will be the great privilege and responsibility of leading UNCA to new heights. And now I ask the Honorable Henry Fry, the Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court, to administer the oath of office. Chancellor and Mary Mullen, will you step forward?
You will please place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and say, "I do," at the completion of the oath. Do you, James H. Mullen, Jr., solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States? And do you solemnly and sincerely swear that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, and that you will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, and in entering upon the responsibilities of Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville, do you undertake to fulfill its duties to the best of your abilities and without fear or favor, to cherish and encourage sound scholarship and the search for truth, and to dedicate all the powers of the University of North Carolina at Asheville to the intellectual, moral, and physical training of youth, and to the development of a moral and enlightened citizenship? Do you further promise to dedicate this university to impartial and sympathetic service to all the people of North Carolina? Further, do you swear you will well and truly execute the duties of the office of Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville to the best of your skill and ability, according to law, so help you God? Congratulations.
Cranford. Chancellor Mullen, this medallion is the insignia of office that is worn by the Chancellor at convocations and commencements and other important occasions of academic ceremony. It was designed by S. Tucker Cook, Chair of the Art Department, and Elma M. Johnson, Associate Professor Emeritus, and it is crafted in silver and gold and enamel by the local artisans. The motifs of this medallion are richly emblematic. They suggest the mountains and the links between UNC Asheville and the region, the state, the nation, and the world. The bonds among faculty, students, and administrators, and the interconnections among academic disciplines. This medallion epitomizes UNC Asheville's tradition of collaboration in scholarship and in service, and it pays tribute to the crafts tradition of Western North Carolina. I give you the Chancellor of the University of North Carolina at Asheville.
Thank you very much. President Broad, Chairman Ruffin,
members of the Board of Governors, Mr. Chief Justice, Chairman Cranford, and members of the Board of Trustees, chancellors and presidents, Dr. Pinsky, elected officials, reverend clergy, honored guests, colleague members of the University of North Carolina at Asheville faculty and staff, friends of this university, and friends who have journeyed far to share in this celebration. Today, I am privileged to stand in the proud history of a great university system. I am honored to lead a campus whose mission is clear, whose commitment to excellence is unwavering, and whose sense of purpose is a model for the nation. This is indeed a special moment for me. I have received so many blessings in my life, beginning most importantly with Mary and Frankie and James and our entire family. And as President Broad so kindly noted, Mary's mother and brothers and sisters are here today, and I feel so lucky to be part of such an extraordinary and close-knit family. And I know that although her father, my parents, and my uncles have been called to a different place, they are watching over us and know that it is in their memory and in their spirit that we celebrate this and every day. And I would like to add a special note of personal thanks to President Broad for her leadership of this university and her continued faith in me. Her determination and strength on all issues that face the University of North Carolina are an inspiration. And her vision and courage in pursuit of the bond financing that will permit future generations of students to enjoy the same opportunity as their peers across the nation sets a standard of leadership for all to admire. And Madam President, for what you mean to this campus and to North Carolina, we thank you. And to Chairman Ruffin and the Board of Governors, thank you for your wise stewardship of this university system. To Rob Cranford and the University of North Carolina at Asheville Board of Trustees, my deepest appreciation for the trust and support that you continue to offer me. I want to thank as well the alumni who have returned home to celebrate this Founders Weekend and to represent the history that is so much a part of this university. And I wish to say a special word of thanks to the many students who join us here today. That you would share this day with me is the highest honor. You are the source of my energy, and you are the promise of tomorrows yet to come. I will stand with you anywhere, for to paraphrase George Bernard Shaw, you are the torchbearers of a brilliant flame that must burn brightly and be sustained, so that your children might inherit a more refined and a more compassionate world. More than a symbolic passing of leadership in the Chancellor's office, we renew today an historic covenant between the people of North Carolina and their university, and we reassert the unique role that this campus plays in that promise. We rededicate ourselves to values that reach across generations and form a tradition in which the people of this state can be most proud. We renew our commitment to the liberal arts, to encouraging pursuit of truth, appreciation of beauty, passion for justice, and respect for individual difference. We reconfirm these values unambiguously, confidently, and with the sure knowledge that ours is an important and special place in American higher education. Today, all of us join to recognize a long and a proud line of colleagues that stretch across decades. Men and women who have brought honor to the University of North Carolina at Asheville, and in doing so, have touched the lives of thousands of students. They have built a strong and vital community of learning, not on shifting sands, but on the solid rock of liberal education. Their gift to us is a rich intellectual culture that bridges disciplines and empowers faculty and students to collaborate in the pursuit of knowledge. As we bear witness to the legacy of those who set this university on a firm foundation, we also embrace our future and celebrate those who now work to define it. And as a point of personal privilege, I would ask that the great faculty and staff of the University of North Carolina at Asheville stand once more, that we might recognize them again, and through them, those who have come before. Our community of learning will remain true to the tradition that this faculty has built. As we continue to give form to a true intergenerational place of learning, we will be sustained by the power of ideas, and our way will be illuminated by the light of reason. For as Dr. Pinsky has reminded us today, human reason is beautiful and invincible. It puts what should be above things as they are. It is an enemy of despair and a friend of hope. This university will always be a friend of hope. It will always remain home and safe harbor to those who seek truth, irrespective of who they are, whom they love, where they worship, or how old they are. We will always reach beyond the rhetoric of tolerance to achieve a full respect and appreciation for the gifts that every member of our campus family brings to our common pursuit of knowledge. After all, we are, as our colleague David Hopes reminds us, children of the same house, the first house, and the only. And as we renew our dedication to the best in liberal arts education, we reaffirm as well our commitment to the students of this university, for they will soon lead this region, this state, and this nation. Our graduates will inherit this new century of American democracy. They will be its morning sun, and from their light will be ignited the dreams of generations yet to be born. It is our responsibility to prepare them for the stewardship that they will inherit, to inspire them to lead examined lives and to seek truth, to clarify limits and then exceed them, to restlessly explore their world so that, in the words of T.S. Eliot, they might arrive at where they started and know the place for the first time. But we must go further. We must inspire them to pursue truth not only because it is intrinsically right and good to do so, but also because truth set to the noble end of service leads us toward a more just, a more peaceful, and a more humane world. Because voices empowered by the force of reason and raised in the pursuit of justice can make a difference. This university must continue to prepare its graduates to succeed in a new and changing economy. But we must also release their imagination, that they might embrace the wonder and the mystery of life. And we must confirm their faith in timeless values of citizenship, values that extend beyond salary or title, values that require more than passing commitment, and values that grow from the inherent dignity of the individual. The work of citizenship is hard. It requires a disciplined mind and a selfless heart. It requires passion tempered by reason, ambition tempered by humility, love of country animated by the tireless search for justice. Walter Lippmann was right in 1940 when he spoke to his generation saying, For every good that you wish to preserve, you will have to sacrifice your comfort and your ease. There is nothing for nothing any longer. At its best, this university is about the hard work of citizenship, about preparing our students to embrace the responsibilities of leadership so that they might in turn pass on a better world to their children and their grandchildren. Our students have it in their power to build a better North Carolina and a better world. But we must call them to the full measure of their promise. We must call them to set the lessons they have learned here to the task of making a strong and positive difference in the lives of those around them. And if we are to inspire our students to lives of service and citizenship, we as a university must also renew and continue our commitment to the people of Asheville and this region. We must always be prepared to act so that our community and our region might flourish. The University of North Carolina at Asheville has never been and will never sit as an island. We will not be aloof and apart from this community and its needs. To the people of Asheville, to the people of Buncombe County and our surrounding counties, and to the people of North Carolina, I promise you that service is and will remain integral to our identity as a place of learning. This is your university, and we intend to live the lessons we teach, and in doing so to work in humble partnership wherever and however this community believes that we can make a difference. With the Center for Creative Retirement and a growing array of programs for children, we are creating America's first truly intergenerational college campus, a place joined in breaking false barriers that exist between age groups. We are building a community where all generations share in the enterprise of learning, a place enlivened by the unbounded potential of young children, and a place nurtured by the wisdom and strength of retirees. The University of North Carolina at Asheville will be a place where our students are inspired by the lives of those who comprise America's greatest generation, as they at the same time help to build the future for our nation's youngest generation. It is to us to be a very special place, a place that is unsurpassed in the vibrancy of its intellectual and cultural life, and a place that sets the standard of community service against which all colleges and universities will be measured. And so today, let each of us reflect on the theme of this weekend. Levo oculos meos in montes. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Let us lift our eyes to these mountains. They display the majesty and the mystery of creation. They invite our endless exploration, but defy our certain discovery. They call us to reflection, and as they do, they remind us of the mysteries that lie beyond what we may see as certain. They remind us that Whitman was right. When we have exhausted all that humankind sees as important, it is nature that remains. Let us celebrate the generations born amid these mountains, whose poetry, music, and prose have been the voice of Western North Carolina. Let us honor and carry forward their culture, their integrity, and their enduring strength. Let us go forth in their spirit and informed by their example. And as we do so, let us promise always to be true to the magnificent liberal arts tradition born and nurtured amid the majesty of these mountains. Let us never forget who we are or where we have been. But let us also remember that beyond every mountain is a new horizon that calls us and challenges us. Beyond every mountain is a new frontier to be claimed if we are bold enough and strong enough and courageous enough to make it our own. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be your chancellor, as I am humbled to reflect on the work of those that have gone before us. I am equally energized by what lies ahead. We are colleagues on a journey that recognizes no boundaries and no barriers. Ours is a future rich with the promise of new horizons and new frontiers, and we shall claim them together, joined as colleagues now and always. One in our love of these mountains, one in our commitment to this university and to the people it serves, and one in our pursuit of truth. What a wonderful journey it has already been, and what a wonderful ride it will continue to be. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and to paraphrase John Kennedy, as I ask your prayers and God's blessing, I recognize that here on earth, His work must truly be our own. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for joining us this afternoon in starting this new chapter in the history of the University of North Carolina at Asheville. Chancellor Mullen and the members of the UNCA community now invite you to join them for a reception at the other end of the quadrangle. Thank you for coming.